could recall that the Punch News reported last week that two prospective corps members from Benue State alongside two others were kidnapped in Zamfara State. The four victims were said to have been abducted at Safe local government area of Zamfara State on Tuesday. The kidnapped victims, who were identified as Joseph Zaka Awundona, Sido Gundu, Jennifer Awashima, Loliam, and Seshiva, were said to have regained their freedom a few days after the ransom demanded by the bandit was allegedly paid. But that is not the main issue. Some pictures of the bandits striking a pose with their victims before they were released have surfaced online. And that is the new low as far as the country's security challenges are concerned. Not that alone, the criminals could be seen smiling in the pictures as if what they were doing is legitimate, and they did not even care to cover their faces. This is more than being daring. It is as if they are saying that the security operatives could not do anything to them. Furthermore, their confidence could also be derived from the fact that the government has refused to outlaw them as terrorists despite the call from the National Assembly and the Senate to the presidency to do so. Moreover, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has equally likened them to the area boys who have never been known to bear arms, while giving reasons for them not being labeled as terrorists. Away from that, if the federal government does not do something urgent and decisive to nip the menace of these armed bandits in the bud, it may soon get out of hand, because as we speak right now, they are nothing but terrible nightmares to the people of the Northeast, and it has now become so bad, very bad, that some of the villagers have to pay levies and take permission from these criminals before they can go to their farms. But the government is not bothered about that. It is only in Southeast. And the reason why they think that there are some people now like, oh, people are complaining that they are taking security to the Southeast because of the insecurity. The security agents are going there. To me, it's not because they love them, but because they just want to prove a point. They really want to prove a point that it is not only in the north that we have a challenges of a security and what have you. Because I see no reason why, with all of this rubbish happening, we see somebody like Gumi who is coming out on a daily basis defending them with his chest, saying on reasonable things. Those things he says are hate speech, but they don't see it like that. Lai Mohammed will still come out and tell us that they are just like a normal Agbiru. He was the one that said they are just advanced criminals, that there's no big deal about it. Let them be deceiving themselves. Let them continue deceiving themselves. It's just unfortunate that they really showing their faces, snapping with them, like seriously, because someone would think that, oh, it is not possible. How can this kind of a thing happen here? How can this kind of a thing happen? Is it possible? They will tell you that what cannot happen in Nigeria does not exist. They should stop posting coppers to the north. Please, Buhari is inhuman. So why can't the DG of NYC be reasonable for once? And that was the same thing we heard that was stipulated in their manual book or their handbook. They were denying it. Do you know that that is a very, very big embarrassment? But everything has been swept under the carpet. Nobody's even talking about that. They were going back and forth about, oh, it was there, it was not there, it was whether, so unfortunate. Hope they don't molest you because they are animal in human skin. If they do, she will not even mention that now, because at the end of the day, they will use that to stigmatize them, even in this country that we are in. Let the government scrap off the NYC. Somebody cannot spend millions of naira to train their children. After finishing it, these criminals, bandits, terrorists, kidnappers will come and destroy their life. The parents and guardians should cooperate and refuse to release their children for the useless and whatever program, on useful program. This government won't scrap it because their own children will not be posted to remote and crime-prone areas. Their own children will do their youth service in Abuja, Lagos, Ibadan, and other cities in Nigeria. life is valueless in Nigeria. To me, I don't think scrapping NYC is the issue. The issue is that to deal with all these criminals is the issue. To deal with them is the issue. Whatever they are doing in this country, especially these politicians, it is always the other way around. It's always coming out negative. In as much it's not affecting them, they are not serious about it. This program should be scrapped. I don't think so. I don't think so. The two release corpers should automatically qualify for NYC certificate of discharge, plus their full year emoluments. The 1 year experience they are supposed to get can never be equated with the 7 days experience in the kidnappers den. Of course, even more. Who even pay the ransom? The parents of these children should demand compensation from NYC, or else they will continue posting coppers to these dangerous areas. Your point is very, 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 very valid. One cannot agree less with that. They should be sent back to their state of origin. Nigeria is finished, a country that do trade with humans. If the families of the victims could not be able to pay the 9 million naira, these people would have been killed. It is quite shameful and indeed terrible. Was that not the advice they gave to them in the handbook, that they should prepare for ransom? You can imagine. And is it not happening? It's happening. And the audacity that these criminals have to even be snapping with them and be posting it. Do you know what it means? Yes, it's because nothing is being done to them. You can imagine. You won't allow people to serve Nigeria around the zones they are familiar with, so they can escape danger easily. You won't scrap out NYC. The NYC scheme should be suspended for now. NYC posting under the current dispensation is like sending corps members on a suicide mission, since the federal government has refused to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians. The NYC should be put on hold. Maybe. If the government is serious about it, I don't think there's need for them to put it on hold, because they will do the needful and everything will be fine. And I don't think a lot of schools that have been suspended in the north, whether they have reopened back, I don't think so. And it's just like that. I don't they have opened the schools back. The problem is not with the NYC scheme, but the government. Yes, it is the government that has a problem. The government should face this banditry issue squarely and deal with the bad security situation in the country with dispatch. For me, this 1 year compulsory service should stop. And my question, who paid the ransom? That is a jam question. That's a big question there. Who is going to answer that question? So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.